Hi guys, in this video I am going to show you how I find my zones. When I go to find zones, I go to the 4-hour chart. You can bring it down to 4 hours and 30 days. So we're here, 4 hours and 30 days. Now when I look for my zones, I look for imbalances. Imbalances are usually dojis. So we see here, from this low that it did, we rallied. We rallied. We based right here, and then we dropped. Now my first zone would be this candle right here. Let me remove this candle right here. And then I would extend my zone right here. So I make my zone from the top of the body of the candle to the top wick. Now the reason for this is, notice how we rallied into this area, rejected price, and then we sold off. This tells me that there were sellers in this area. So me, by doing this zone, when this drops, I know this will be tested as resistance at some point in time. We dropped, higher low, rallied into resistance, rejected, tried again, broke through, but wasn't strong enough to stay above. We fell back down. We tried again. We failed. And here we go one more time. Now, this zone helps as support or resistance. Now, when we drop, we base here. Let me remove this. We based here. So in this area, I will use this candle with the long wick and draw my support zone. This is my support zone. And then I'll change the color. I usually change the color and label it. So I don't forget, and it's a reminder whenever price happens to get there, what I need to do. You see, we have here possible bounce. So whenever price drops to this zone area, I know to take it long. Now let's go to 2 hour. 2 hours and 30 days. So notice here, there's resistance. We broke above. Now we have to see if we're able to hold above like we tried here. Here we failed. We couldn't hold. So now that we're here again, we're going to come back down and test resistance now as support. While it was under, it was resistance. Now that it's above, now it has to hold as support. If this comes down, if this comes down, we can test that way, or we just come straight down. Let's remove this, remove this, remove this. So that's how you can use this area as support. As it comes back down, test it, it may continue to rally, we may rally and then eventually come back down and test it. and see if we can hold above it. That's how I find my zones. Up here, this could be used as a zone as well. We rallied, we rallied, we based, and then we dropped. So then I will use it as a zone and notice what happens here. You see this? I do my zone here. We come down, we eventually come up, and now we have to see what reaction we get. If we reject or if we break above and continue to hold above this and continue our way up. This is why I like zones. I like zones because for the intraday, when you're day trading and you enter it, for example here, see how we traded in and as soon as it broke out, if you were to be day trading this, you would know that this pullback right here, you can grab it long because we're in the zone. Pulls back, does a higher low, you grab it long. You have this here. This should be a target. See how we come down below to our low, to a higher low, have this as a target, we hold, continue our way up, have this as a target. This is the plan. This is your rules. You got to follow your rules. These are your rules. You do not trade if price is not within your rules. Look, we have here another imbalance. We based, we dropped, we based. So this long wick that shows there was buyers, I would do a zone. This is a buyer zone. So when price comes down to here, chances are it will bounce. It will bounce because it's coming back to test this one. There was buyers here, rallied up. This is testing this area, come back down. Eventually when it comes here, it's my indicator to grab it back to the upside. Now, you do not trade if price does not touch your zone. Just like when price doesn't touch your levels or your trend lines. These are your rules. You got to respect them.